Joe Haygood here, aka mclazyj. We're back. It is Wednesday, October 2nd, and we are going to try to play some creepy, spooky, weird games for the month. I'm going to start off with Black Mirror, which is an adventure game that's inspired a lot by H.P. Lovecraft, so we'll see how that goes. And we'll see if I freak out. So hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. I'm not doing too bad. This weekend, I'm actually planning to go to Vegas. Okay, that's creepy. Are we in control of this? Oh, I guess we are in control of this guy. Hey, Alley Cat. Thanks for the raid. I'm in the tunnel. I'm apparently running from something. I don't know what, but I'm definitely running from something. I'm doing all right. What am I interacting with here? Ah, Dead by Daylight. Some sort of weird statue.
I failed you, son. Forgive me. Forgive me. I will let you down no longer. Forgive me. Forgive me.
That's probably a good guess. Okay, we're hiding that for some reason. Always be running. It's kind of like, what the fuck? Yes, I literally just started the game. Oh fuck. That's not creepy at all. Okay, we're gonna continue running. Well, it looks like Stonehenge.
You betrayed your family.
No, I did not. I lost something. Ouch. Oh, he's cutting himself. I haven't, I played some of the very original, which was on PS2. Mmm, tasty paper. What the fuck?
I've just perfected an electronic hair bat analyzer which may hold the key to this baffling question.
He just self-immolated himself. Jesus.
Batman, what happened? Are you okay?
Hey, Seth, how's it going?
Great actual physical contact. Can you move?
Ray, come in, please.
I feel so funky. Spengler, I'm with Bankman. Oh. You got
Yeah,
slime.
well, I wonder if it's because yours and Allie's came through at the same time, maybe?
Dearest David, it was with great joy that I received your last letter. Knowing
Possibly?
that you are missed terribly here in India. If my calculations are correct and the International Postal Service is kind, this letter will keep you company as you make the final leg of your journey to Scotland.
Oh, well.
I fear you'll think me foolish, even hysterical. Your father made it his life's work to research his family's twisted history. This and his obsession.
There
with the
seems to
occult
also be a lot
combined
of
to
weirdness
unravel
going
this
on just in general with Twitch
John
the
loved
last
his family
week and a half with their
and
new
his family
launch.
but he hated
Or their
and
revamped
mistrusted them in equal
Graphics
measure.
and text layouts and stuff.
Beware of the Gordons. Blood is not always thicker than water. Your
I've had my stats like change like 6 times in an evening. Beware. Key. Family of snakes.
The ramblings of a madman. I couldn't even bring myself to show this to Mother.
So apparently I have to center these sections in order to read them. That's weird. Yeah, it's, I guess you could call it spooky. Look out the windows.
Countryside couldn't be more different to India.
Way to frame it so I cannot see his face.
Good sir, how much longer until we reach the castle?
Almost there, sir.
Just like 2 hours ago. The estate really does lie off the beaten track.
So yeah, this was based on this was a PS2 series back in the day. I think they made 3 of them, and this is supposed to be kind of like a, oh, here's like a loose kind of remake.
A note about a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this? A note about a library.
Same thing. Okay.
And some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this?
I'll just put this in my
We
pocket.
have arrived, sir.
Yeah, so it's kind of a, how do they phrase it on the store page? Like a loose retelling of the first game. Not a complete like frame for frame remake. It is like they're using a new engine and new assets. I believe new voice actors. So that's kind of nice. I can't complain. But
Welcome, Mr. Gordon. I'm Andrew Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, it's good to finally meet you. From our correspondence, I expected you to be older.
Thank you. I'll lead the way. It's quite dark already.
oh,
We can
creepy
continue
sounds
to talk
outside.
inside.
Oh, there can't be anything wrong with that. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Old castle, middle of nowhere. Yeah, it'll be fine. What could go wrong? Right? if I remember correctly, and I'm hoping they fix with this one, is the original had Resident Evil tank controls.
He's arrived, my lady.
David, welcome to Skahandu House.
Gahndu House.
Lady Margaret, how kind of you to welcome me in person at such a late hour. If I may, I would like to know more about my father's last days.
This is too late.
Hey, Raging Gamer. Thanks for the Raging Girl Gamer. Thank you for the host. I appreciate that. Alien Isolation.
An impressive building.
Someday I'll go back to that when I'm not creeped out about playing it. Actually, I'm not even, it's not necessarily that I'm creeped out about playing it. I got to a point where I'm kind of frustrated where I need to go.
Black Mirror House.
I haven't necessarily, and it sucks. I actually got past the level,
It is a great
got to the exit, and the game crashed.
the greatest
I haven't been able to get back to the exit I need to get to yet. And it's down when you're in like the medical ward and you kind of have to go find the key, and then the aliens kind of chase you around. You got to kind of sneak around, and it's like I do everything I need to, and then like I can't get back to the exit without being taken out. And it sucks because I really like what's going on. I really like the story that's happening. And it's like, I just can't get past this part. So it's definitely on my list to play this month and get back to it and give it a shot and try it out.
David Gordon, son of the late John Gordon.
Please, I quite understand. Here you are.
Take these documents. I don't need them anymore. Oh, and a wooden toy.
What a curious object.
Don't worry.
Isn't it? It belonged to my father.
It was in my prison wallet. This game, I was just explaining this to Alicat, but there was a series on PS2 called Broken Mirror, and they were creepy adventure games, puzzle games that came out. I believe there was a trio of them. There was a 1, 2, and a 3. I believe they were PlayStation 2. I don't think any of them were on PlayStation 1. And THQ, I guess, bought the rights to the developer. Or to the series. I don't know if they bought the publisher, the developer, what it was. They were exclusive to PS2.
Somebody still cares. Maybe you weren't as.
And so I believe that, like I said, I'm not sure if it's that they bought the rights to the game, if they own the assets from the previous games.
There is no denying it. We are family.
But
magnificent.
That is the master's study, sir, but there'll be plenty of time to examine
and so
it
this is like kind of a loose retelling of the first game. I don't believe it's a complete.
I
This
suppose
way,
it's hard to
sir.
keep things dry, what with all the rain you get here.
Most amusing, Master David. We do our best, sir. None of us are as young as we used to be.
I wasn't being critical, my brother. Damn.
I've annoyed the old fellow enough. First impressions count.
Could we maybe get some lights? Uh-oh, we're being watched.
It does that sometimes, sir.
It startled me. The grandfather clock's trying to kill me. I'm very pissed about it. But yeah, so they were on sale a while back, and I went ahead and picked it up, and I just hadn't gotten around to playing it, but I thought I'd give it a shot.
Thank you.
It was going to either be this or it was going to be Call of Cthulhu, the adventure game that came out a few years back, but I did not want to get up and put the disc in because I'm a lazy person.
Sir, she did. I am Mr. McKinnon.
Mr. McKinnon. Yes.
I promise I will remember your name.
Not to leave the room
Not.
tonight. Ticking clocks are not the worst thing you may encounter in the house at night, if you don't know your way around. Sleep well, sir.
Maybe he's more of a morning person.
Hey, look at that. Chivo unlocked. Whoop, whoop.
I doubt this place could ever be properly warm. I got somewhat turned around following Angus through the house. Sorry, Mr. McKinnon, but I think my room is probably around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Hold on. This looks like... Wait a moment. This is a piece of a model.
Okay, so at least we know where the toy came from. See if there's other shit. I don't know. What was I saying? I do that sometimes where I get caught and I get lost in thought because I go on to something. Well, I think I was talking about how I believe this is like kind of a loosey-goosey remake, reimagining of the first game.
How odd. The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit. The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit.
Well, I'd like to take it, but I guess I can't. Let's search this. Oh, no. I was just... I was probably just getting ready to ask, like, what you have planned. Like I was saying that I'm gonna be... Sorry. Boy, the yawns have got me today. That's always good. I never like that happening 24 minutes in.
Mother will work in the garden all day in my absence. She always does when she's working.
But, no, I was talking about how me and my wife, we decided to take like an overnight trip to Vegas. You know, it's a couple hours away. No, I shouldn't say a couple. About 3.5. But, yeah, just to get out, do something with the boy off to college and everything. Yeah, I know. I got everybody with that yawn. It's all about the yawning. Oh boy, this is a lot of reading. That is not good when you're starting to get a yawn fest. Sorry, guys. So, am I supposed to like... Well, I did try to take that candlestick, but it won't let me. It's like, oh, that nub's too...
The candle is nearly gone, but it should do for a while once lit.
Do I need to have like a lighter or something with me?
This room has to be next to mine. Is this what Father was trying to tell me with the trinket he sent me?
Huh. Okay.
Glad I don't have to carry you around anymore. Mr. McKinnon lifted you up with ease.
Okay. Wow.
Without some obscure local law that required me being here in person, I would probably never have come. A pigeon amongst the cats.
A pigeon
Sorry
among
to
the
inform you of
cats.
death of John Gordon. Stop. Please return to Skahandu House. Stop. Andrew Harrison, lawyer. Stop.
Guy, I'm killing you guys, aren't I?
Showed a new passport. This one's filling up. This handsome, cheery, sober man. He's not the one I remember from my childhood. Not many.
There it is.
Ah, just what I need.
Holy shit, I can see.
I will put your high praise of Scottish water to the test, Father. Later.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be staying at the Luxor, not the pyramid though. I'd like to go back to the pyramid at some point when I have a lot more money and can stay during the week. Here's the thing, we're staying on a Saturday. It's like $230 for one night. If I was to stay there Sunday night to Monday, the same room is like $50 or $55. Because it's that Sunday through Thursday, nobody's in Vegas. They just want to come on the weekend type thing. So during the week, you can stay in Vegas super cheap. Problem is, I don't have the vacation time, and this was kind of a spur of the moment thing, so I had to be on the weekend. So also that means if you were looking or expecting, I will not be streaming this weekend on Saturday night or Sunday morning.
More pieces of the same drawing. Maybe I can make out what it shows if I had enough of them.
So apparently we collect puzzle pieces. I don't know if my compatriots Sev, Arbessa, and
A dumb waiter.
and Allie will be playing this weekend. But like I said, you know, sometimes you just need to do something, and it just sort of like out of the blue. Last night I was in bed. I was like, we should go to Vegas. It's like, what are we gonna go to Vegas for? And my son was really pissed, but not pissed. He was upset. And it's like you'd say, well, why would your son be upset? Yes, that's all right. Plug away. Ooh, what's this? Puzzle piece? Yep, more photo pieces. We live out here on the West Coast, and one of the things, like you guys on the East Coast, you always get jealous because you say, oh man, we don't have In-N-Out Burger. You guys have In-N-Out. We don't have In-N-Out. My son is the opposite. He likes In-N-Out, but one of his favorite things is buying White Castle, like the microwave White Castle.
Father must have left something for me in the master's study. I suppose I could ask Mr. McKinnon to open it for me in the morning, but I'll have him breathing down my neck. And who knows what I'm
But White Castle is an East Coast chain for the most part. You don't find them on the West Coast. With
someone's bedroom in the middle of
the
night
exception,
is not how to earn their trust.
you know where I'm going with this, with the exception of Las Vegas. Like 3 hours, 3.5 hours from where we're at, depending on how much of a lead foot I want to have while we're driving. But there's a White Castle in Vegas. There is one location in Vegas, just outside.
No, this isn't right. There should be a room here. This isn't what I need either. Where is it? Eavesdropping, Mr. Gordon? That's hardly proper.
Yes, I am, man.
Ghosts, legends, ancient history.
So it's right outside of where Harris is. So, and then one of the other things is we're going to go and visit the mayor of Flavortown while we're there. I make fun of that man constantly because I think his shows are really bad. Really, really bad. But everyone, like all the reviews say his restaurant is really good. The Vegas Kitchen something.
That my days have been a dream. Yet
Guy Fieri,
hope has
the
flown
mayor of
away in a
Flavortown.
night or in a day, in a vision or in none. Is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within.
Hey, he's the only bona fide success story out of that. So you want to be a Food Network TV star? That dude has made everything out of that opportunity, winning that competition.
Is this what Father meant by a family of snakes?
Find a way to open the desk in the library.
Wouldn't it be more comfortable working here?
That's Lady Gordon's private desk. It would be improper for me to use it.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that. We're gonna have to figure out how to get that desk open at some point. That looked like a weird snake puzzle on the side.
Despair by a man called...
See, I don't think Gordon Ramsay's that great. I think he's... although, here's the thing. I will say...
Future sadness mingle in a cloud of madness.
I will say of Gordon Ramsay is like, I remember when he would come on Top Gear, and I thought he was fantastic on Top Gear. And that dude can fucking drive.
Night and noon of peace and rest. But beyond the groans and grating of abhorrent life is waiting sweet oblivion.
Yeah, that dude can definitely drive.
Culminating all the years of fruitless quest.
The words of a troubled soul.
Top Gear proper, I should say. You know, not that I hate the new one with what is it, Chris something and Matt LeBlanc. I mean, that's not terrible, but it's not great either.
The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole.
But
they never got round to finishing it.
The gentle maid whose hapless tale these melancholy pages speak.
Yeah, I know, but also let's be real. What's his name was a dick, and you know he deserved to get shafted. You don't need to act that way like an asshole, you know, and berate your employees. I get it. I get that people like those guys, Richard Hammond and Brian May and that guy left. Yeah, you know, some people feel they're entitled and, you know, they get big for their freaking britches, but, oh, there he is. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Hold on a second. Everybody, you're going to have to bear with me. I'll show a picture in just a minute. I have to see. Do you know who this guy is?
What guy?
See if I can get a picture of him. Oh, shit. I guess not. That guy. From America's Got Talent. Like a magician. Gonna do. I almost bought tickets because I was like, "Oh, you should know who this is." Okay, so and you're probably not gonna be able to see this on here because it's gonna be all washed out. But this guy, Matt Franco. I almost bought tickets to go see him for when we were gonna be in Vegas that night because my wife watches a lot of America's Got Talent. Except I just found out she doesn't know who he is, so I'm glad I didn't spend the like $100 for 2 tickets. So anyways, this guy is like he's like a magician and stuff. But anyways, neither here nor there.
But rewarding and fascinating.
The problem is we haven't been to Vegas in probably what's
so
that?
It's true we are one of the oldest families in Scotland.
Was it when I went to CES or maybe after that? When my company was sending me?
Before records were even kept. Add to that some
Yeah, probably like 2008, 2009 is probably the last time that I was in Vegas, so probably 10, 11 years ago. No. 2006, 2007. So yeah, even later than that.
Did you know my father?
So it's been a while, like 12 years.
Shortly after your father arrived.
So, you know, the problem is just going for a spontaneous day trip, you know, can suck because it's like, oh, wait, you know, you know,
does that mean
there's all these things like, I found out there's a Shake Shack there, and I've never been to Shake Shack. It was not a thing when I was on the East Coast as a kid.
have you had a chance to examine my papers?
So, you know, there was that. We loved Dick's Last Resort when we went there. And that was actually even, no, it's probably that one of those times. We probably went. And that place was really cool.
However, the real treasure is the castle and the grounds themselves.
You know, so Dick's Last Resort, which is like kind of it's one of these, it's a restaurant. If you haven't been to one, they're kind of hilarious.
I noticed that the door to the master's study is locked. Might I?
They're kind of over the top. They kind of have like an you know, they kind of get attitude with you, but in a good way. Like they try to embarrass you and make fun of you while you're ordering. Like we went there on like Elvis's birthday, so they were trying to get everybody to order peanut butter and banana sandwiches, and I was like, fuck that, I'm not ordering a peanut butter and banana sandwich. But like they came by at one point and they said, you know, Seth was getting a little antsy. This is when he was probably 5, and he was kind of getting antsy, you know, just sitting there waiting for food. So they came by and they just wrapped him up in like paper. They had paper everywhere, like these big wide sheets of paper that they use for like tablecloths. But like they brought it over and they just wrapped him in his chair so with paper, so like he couldn't like squirm around. And then you know, yeah, at one point they said, you need napkins, and they threw like half a ream of napkins at him. And but then like there was a point where they made him this big, like it looked like the Pope's hat. It looked like that papal hat. And it was like this giant thing, right, that they made and they put on his head, and on the front of it, I kiss girls who have cooties. And then this lady next to us, they made her a hat, and her hat said, I have cooties. And so it was kind of funny. The whole experience was kind of hilarious. So, you know, so it's like, I'd love to go back there, but I don't have time because I've got one night, you know. It's like we love the Luxor buffet and we want to kind of go there for breakfast. We've always kind of made a thing out of going there for breakfast because it's really good and it's not terribly priced. you know, so and then it's like, oh, there's all these casinos that we'd like to go and kind of visit, but it's like, are we gonna have enough time to get to them all? Because it's like, you know, well, it's not so much I want to explore. I mean, we're not huge gamblers. We like to, you know, we go and probably drop each about $100 when we go there. I think one of the last times we went, we stayed at one of the last 2 times we went, because I used to have to go for work for CES. I went in 2006 and 2007. And when I went, 1 year we stayed at the Excalibur. 1 year we stayed at... Stay there both years? Yeah, that must have been what it was, because I think we stayed at Stratosphere once, but that was when he was a lot younger.
Yeah, before that we used to stay.
We stayed there once. We didn't stay there more than once, I think.
That's when you laid down.
Yes. So, you know, my work would send me. I'd be there, like, I'd check in on Sunday, and we'd be there till Wednesday. And, you know, so my wife and and son would have a ton of time, like, during the day, because I'd have to be at the convention center normally for about 6-7 hours. So, you know, they had time to kind of go out and eat and explore. Yeah, as a matter of fact, she took him. They had this like 4D SpongeBob experience at the Excalibur, and I'm like, oh, he likes SpongeBob. You should take him and to see it. It'll be fun, you know. And it's like all this stuff where it's like it sprays, you know, water on you and mist and like all this stuff to kind of, you know, sensory stuff to make you think like, oh man, this is neat.
Craftsmanship. I doubt our family could afford a marvel such as this nowadays.
My son freaked the fuck out apparently during this thing, started crying, did not want to be in this thing anymore. So it's like, great, that was probably like $20-30 down the drain. And the problem is when I would go to CES, it was always in the winter. You know, it was I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Oh, excuse me. I probably... Who is it?
Attics often speak volumes about the owners of a house.
Housekeeping? But yeah, you know, it's just like I said, it's been a long time since we've been there, and it's like there's like a lot of stuff I'd like to do, but you know, like I said, this is more just of this is like a hey, let's have a sanity weekend, just kind of get away from it all and kind of forget things, you know, because all the other times we've gotten out of town recently were not necessarily for us. It was to get the boy to college. You know, so our trips out of town weren't really, you know, and that's not to say that, you know, we don't appreciate taking him. It's just one of those things where it's like,
Must have left something for me in the...
so what am I gonna do here? There's nothing down here. These doors aren't open. They're like, don't bother him, it's late. I must have missed something. So I was trying to go down the hall. I must have gone too far to the right, and now went down another loading screen. That sucks. All right, well, we're here. Let's explore. You know, but like I said, I saw there was a Shake Shack, and I'm like, cool. You know, maybe we can go have lunch there. You know, when we get into town, that'll be a nice way to kind of start off the day, because we're more than likely I want to leave a little early to get out there. So like, you know, you can't check in until a certain point. I think like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's like Okay, well, why don't we, we can get there and we can kind of park and
I'll give that a spin later.
Later.
An impressive collection. Grandmother's obviously a music lover.
Well, that's cool. That's anniversary number 1.
A peculiar place to spend the night. I best not wake her.
Wake up, motherfucker! Just walk up to her and be like, brah, brah. Oh man, I should put it on the record player. Just be like, I'm gonna blast you out of your seat. This gramophone. So, but yeah, like I said, there's the Dick's Last Resort. Like you go there and it's like a who's of like all these chefs that you've heard of. There's like an Emerald Seafood House, which granted, I could give two shits about because I hate seafood. I like Emerald though. I wouldn't eat there. Well, I take that back. I probably would because most seafood restaurants at least have a steak or a burger on the menu for those that won't eat seafood, like me. What's his name? Miyamoto, not Miyamoto. That's Nintendo. Matamori something. Oh gosh, he was like one of the original Iron Chefs. He's got a place there in town. There's also another Guy Fieri restaurant. There's like a Wolfgang's, which granted I'm not a big fan of Wolfgang Puck, so I could do without that. You got like 8,000 steakhouses in town. That's like okay, and it's like you just keep going down the list. Like here's all these restaurants I'd like to eat at, all these shows. Yeah, Morimoto. Yeah. I kept wanting to call him Miyamoto, which is Shigeru Miyamoto is the guy that made Mario. Anyways, yeah, and we probably could have stayed at an Airbnb, but to be honest, I wanted to be able to stay at a hotel. I was just being lazy this time, and I didn't want to try to find an Airbnb for one night. And I was afraid in a town like Vegas, we'd end up with like, oh, here's a tent that you can sleep in the backyard. Oh, see, I love Airbnbs. Like the one we had out there in New Mexico, that's where I plan to try to stay every time we have to go out there. It's like, it was perfect. That house was amazing. I don't know if you saw the pictures I posted in the Discord. That place was fucking amazing. I know some people have a problem with Airbnbs because it's like it's kind of infringes on the hotel industry, and that just kind of the jobs that are supported in that industry. And I get it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
An earring. I doubt it was buried in the ashes on purpose. Someone must have lost it. The cold doesn't seem to affect the residents of this house. All the fires are fighting and losing.
See, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest right now. Bed and breakfast, the Airbnb we were in, walked around that house naked like half the time I was there.
Lady Margaret still worships him.
No, see, this was like a 3 or 4 bedroom Airbnb. It ended up being $100 cheaper than if we would have stayed at a hotel. It's 4 bedrooms, it had a backyard, it had a driveway, it had a beautiful living room and a big ass kitchen and dining room area. It had a laundry. It was super nice. beautiful. Like I said, go into the pictures section in the Goof Troop Discord. Take a look at it. I took pictures and posted. That place was a palatial estate, it seemed like. And then in the middle, it had an open air courtyard that you could go out. So it was amazing. It's a beautiful place. I recommend it to you know, that place. I would recommend it to anybody. But I'm not gonna tell you what it is because then you'll go there and then I won't be able to go there. Because you know, Las Cruces is a hotbed.
Oh, locked.
But yeah, you know, it's just there's so much to do there. There really is, and you're just like, am I gonna have? You know, I'm not gonna have time to do it all. So it's like you have to kind of prioritize and be like, what would be most important to kind of try out and do while you're there that you know. And obviously, the other thing is, it's like, hey, I also don't want to spend a shit ton of money while I'm there. Because some of those places, man, they can get real expensive in Vegas. Is there a point where I'm just supposed to go to bed? I guess, maybe? I've already looked at that picture. Can't get into that room.
My faithful friend Insomnia. I wonder if Andrew has left the library yet.
Well, I guess we're supposed to go back to the library. My bad. So, yeah, like I said, it's just one of those things where it's like there's just so much you want to do, so many places you want to see, so many places you want to try to eat at. I think there was like another place where I was like, oh man, we should try to go to this place for. I had another place I was like, we should go there for lunch before we leave town. And it's like, now I can't remember where it was, you know? Where the fuck? No, I don't want to go up there because that's the attic. We can't get in. And, you know, I know some people have said it's kind of luck of the draw when it comes to like Airbnbs. Sometimes you get a really good one and sometimes you get a really shitty one. All right, so this guy left. I obviously am supposed to be doing something with whatever he was doing. But I came over here and looked at it and I didn't see anything. Well, you know, and that's fair. I'm not, you know, like I said, I know it's not for everybody. But I do not like this fucking camera. Grandfather clock. I don't know what you want me to find. But like I said, our goal is just to kind of be like, go out there and just have a good time and, you know, just enjoy it. Been a long time since it's just been the two of us going somewhere. And, you know, it's been a very busy 3 to 4 months for us, making sure he make sure he graduated from high school. Made sure he got into the college and make sure we got him to orientation, then come back, make sure we got him.
Oh, locked. Oh, locked.
Okay. You know, and then it's like, you know, my son's gonna probably fly out in, you know, December, and then he's gonna fly back in January. I don't think we're gonna go drive and pick him up this time. I think we're gonna let him try to fly and do it that way. So, you know, this is just our chance to kind of just have kind of an evening and a day, you know, day or two to get away and just be like, fuck it. Yeah, go and have like a nice dinner, like a, you know, and just kind of, like I said, try some places. I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to go in this building. I know he's like, oh man, maybe that guy's gone. It's like, yeah, he's gone, but find a way to open the desk in the library. Can I use something from my inventory? Well, that is the plan.
I'm no expert on fashion, but this looks like a rather old-fashioned design. A note about a library, a key, and some sort of broken toy. Should I even try to read any real meaning into all of this?
Letter from the mom.
All day in my absence. She always does when she's worried. Mother will work in the garden all day in my absence. She always does when she's worried.
Ha! Yeah, I get it. Like I said, we understand. But oops, I wanted to go back to that. So I'm gonna save my game here because I'm getting a little tired. It was a long day at work. I've got a long few days at work because I gotta get a lot of shit done this week. I got new computers coming in that I have to get set up on the network, set up for people, all that kind of good stuff. So with that in mind, I will probably be back on, I might try to get a stream in on Friday, a little longer stream than normal, just because I know I'm going to be gone on Saturday and I won't have my Sunday morning stream. So you will have, hopefully, Arbessa, Alley Cat, and Sev to do a morning stream, maybe some Sea of Thieves, maybe they'll bring in a fourth. Or they'll do, who knows, maybe on Saturday night they'll do Dead by Daylight and they'll get Taco in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce for the evening, and we will be back. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Allie. I appreciate it. Everybody else that came in too, Sev and Raging Girl Gamer. Thanks everybody that stopped by. Like I said, we'll be back on Friday. If I can fit it in, I might try to do one tomorrow. A short one, but we'll see what happens. Till next time, though. Have a good evening. Bye.